Hey, what's up, y'all? And of course, welcome to another alternative factuals video. I guess, if you like the video, if you like the topics, if you like the Black Lightning videos, be sure to like, share, and of course, subscribe down below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'm rushing a little bit because I do not want this video to be super long. In this video, I'm trying to aim for about like 5 minutes. But obviously today, I'm recording this today, Black Lightning came out. And I think they have, I enjoyed it very much. And I think we're finally going to see what I've been dying to see for a long time. And that is Black Lightning is finally getting a power increase. Now, I say this because, well, first of all, before I dive into that, spoiler alert, if you have not seen Black Lightning episode 1 yet for season 3, obviously I don't want to give away any information if you're not caught up with it. But yeah, that's your warning. Okay, so first of all, episode 1 I thought was pretty good actually for the most part. It was a nice way. It continued directly off where season 2 was, and then they dove right into where everything was supposed to be in terms of season 3. It's almost as if you didn't miss a step. Now, the first episode already is taking a span from the first day that, Jefferson was in protective custody all the way to like 30 something days. So he's been gone for approximately about a month already. Now, there's two things I want people to realize when it comes to Black Lightning and his abilities as well as Jennifer's powers. Their powers are energy based. When they do not use their powers, when their powers are trapped inside of them for a long period of time, eventually it will cause a huge amount of pain. Because remember, this is energy. Energy is constantly, being fed into the body in many various different forms. And remember, they're metahumans, so their body can break down carbs, anything, food period can turn into electricity because it goes into the body. Obviously, due to the nature of their powers, they have excess energy, meaning that energy just keeps building up and it gets painful. And that's exactly why in the first season, I did mention this in an older video way back in the day. Well, not way back in the day, but a little while back, I did say that there's some sort of feedback with his ability when it comes to his powers when he's not using it. Now, moving forward from that, then we get a look into an ability that he only had really access in season, I believe it was season 1 or well, he had both season 1 and season 2. But what makes this interesting is that typically, like he said in this episode, he would only have access to this ability when he was wearing Gambi's suit. And that was the ability to see through walls and solid objects. And then even the way that he looked at these walls and solid objects looked totally different. Basically, with the suit, with everything he was wearing, he was able to see, through walls in terms of everything looked like electricity to him. He could only identify, where something was, how much power was being drawn somewhere, and basically how many bodies were in the room, anything based off electricity. Now, what makes this very cool is this: when we get a glimpse of this new ability or an enhanced or perfect version of this ability, he was able to perfectly see through the floor, perfectly able to see through walls, and I mean clear as day. He was able to tell skin tone, he was able to tell hair color, he was able to tell if that person was alive. I mean, he was able to tell details about this person through a solid wall. He was able to see Tobias through the floor and see that he was sick and dying, like I did tell you in the last video, because that was kind of obvious, but it was ridiculous. But this is where my excitement is. He admitted that because of the experiments that they've been performing on him in the last like 31 days, while they were in protective custody, testing his powers, seeing what his limitations were, I think they did give him some sort of increase. And the reason why he got the increase wasn't so much of them trying to test and give him more power. But I think what happened was when he initially was introduced to the original green light experiment that was in the vaccines in Freeland when he was a child, it was somehow an incomplete version. Now, I say this because there's been, in DC Comics, Marvel Comics in general, that an incomplete project or an incomplete experiment can bear fruitful things. And as of right now, we see in Black Lightning that he might have had an early version or an incomplete version of the green light experiment. And then because he was in custody for this last month or so, either they was able to, figure out how to solely perfect it. Because remember, Lynn was working there as well. For the last 31 days, she was there working on the experiments, monitoring everything. She was making sure that nothing was happening to Jefferson Black Lightning, and his powers were pretty much, being watched by her, someone he is comfortable with, someone he has been in love with for the last 20+ years. So I think because of this experiment, I think because of everything that's happened, they figured out a way to completely, legitimately stabilize his powers utterly, and now his powers are actually growing. and he's going to be starting to displaying abilities that we've never seen him do before. And like I said, his electro vision, or whatever you want to call it, is kind of in a perfect state right now. I think even his powers and the capacity in which he can absorb is going to increase as well. So at this point, he's going to be challenging Jennifer's power in terms of what's going on and what he's capable of when it comes to season 3 and future seasons of the show. I'm excited because I've been saying this since day one. Black Lightning is extremely powerful, and they played him by nerfing his abilities but giving that same amount of power to his daughter, where, you know, historically in comics his daughter was powerful, don't get me wrong, but her powers were always relatively unstable for the most part, compared to Black Lightning, where his powers were, you know, pretty much crazy powerful, but he had all the control. So let me know what you thought about season 3 episode 1 of Black Lightning. I personally enjoyed it. I think they're setting things up well, and I knew Odell is he's a fishy person. He's up to something. I don't know what it is, and we already got confirmation that, you know, in the previous seasons, that everything was a setup, that there was never a moment in which the ASA went rogue. It was all set up by Odell to turn every metahuman into a weapon to combat Markovia. So let me know what you think about the episode. I thought it was good. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking, and I hope to see you later on. Peace out.